be on camera, though.
Maybe Josh should do it next time.
Okay. You do it. Hi, I'm Jeff Clinkenbeard.
And I'm Kyaw.
Welcome to SATO 48, the TV show.
SATO stands for Springfield in the Ozarks 48-Hour Film Challenge,
where teams of filmmakers have 48 hours, just 2 days, to make a 5-minute film. The twist is, they don't know what their movie has to be about until it is revealed to them in the form of an inspiration package.
And this year's inspiration package is?
This year, the teams had to create, from whole cloth, a never-before-existed holiday. That holiday had to have a distinctive name, image, sound, and movement. You'll see those sprinkled throughout the film. Also, if the team was even, at the end of the film, the two main characters had to fall in love. If the team was odd, at the end of the film, the two main characters had to fight to the death.
So today you're going to be watching Criminal Productions' Soul Searching.
This is an amazing behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to participate in SATO 48, to make a film, and to get it in. You are really going to enjoy how this team revealed their behind-the-scenes experience. We can't wait for you to see Criminal Productions' Soul Searching.
Yeah, so here's the thing, is we have 1 minute and 30 seconds to turn this in, and we don't know if they're going to punish us for literally our internet speed being just crappy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay.
So,
I never left. Okay.
I never learned. So we're setting up right now, getting my computer all ready, and Austin is doing the same. Wherever he's over there. Yeah. There he is. Getting ready for the other two members to get here before we start getting ready for the actual competition. We are now 3 minutes away from the announcement of what we're going to be able to do. Everybody else is now here, just relaxing and waiting. Hopefully this will work in our favor, and we have something where we have a good idea.
Requirement 1 of 3. Your film occurs during an entirely fictional, completely original holiday of your own conception. Define these 4 elements of your holiday. Name, unique sound, never before seen icon or image, inventive movement. Requirement 3 of 3. As a direct result of the holiday, your 2 main characters will, if your team number is odd, fight to the death. Question about the Moxie screenings, which are May 12, 13, 14.
Alright, well, here we go.
Get into an argument related, like they start like trying to interrogate, but then they get in their own argument over the holiday and what they're interrogating about, and then those two fight to the death.
No, but an interrogation scene actually does work well with this.
It could because the interrogation is a result of the holiday, which is where the death happened, which is why he's being interrogated for.
I don't like the idea of being religious, but I like the idea.
I'm saying
I like the idea of making it closed off.
Yeah.
So that there is confusion. Okay, here's the idea. So they go to a parking lot, and then we have 2 dudes get out of their cars and sneak around each other with a pipe to, or like a thing to siphon. They get 2, but they cross each other, like they rotate around the cars where they don't see each other, and then they meet each other in the middle. And they're like, "What the f are you doing?" And then he's like, "National Siphon Gas Day." He's like, "Yeah, what the f are you doing?" He's like, "National Siphon Gas Day." And they both just drop it. They're like, "No, f that." And then they go to the interrogation, and he's like, "So what the hell were you doing anyways?" There was 2 gas cans full of gas, and in a injured body on the scene. And he's like, "National Siphon Gas Day." And the cop's like, "What the f are you talking about?"
This is our object. It is a vase with a sun of sorts.
Object with 75% approval. We're still waiting on Austin.
Yes.
However, we outweigh him, so I mean,
Already,
it's pretty much our object.
Yes. This will probably be spray painted gold or some. Probably won't leave it this exact color.
Probably.
It'll most likely be gold, yes.
Okay, so we may have changed our idea because we found these. So now we're thinking maybe this, and you could glue it here, and you still can get that imagery.
Or this.
Or that. Well, no. Okay, so here's our thought with this, is that because of this kind of logo, we can make an image out of it, and then that could be the image for the holiday.
Like it looks Aztec,
icon.
yeah. But
and that's the thing, is that's what we're
like this looks Native American. We don't have to make it American.
This looks like Alaskan Eskimo.
So it could be an international holiday.
Well, we don't know. Here's the thing: is that if we're doing this one, then we want to do this because it.
But if we use this one,
we use that one, then we want to add to it somehow. We don't know how. So, dude, I feel like that has like 2 bases now, and it feels off. Does that?
I mean, it's
That actually doesn't.
That look.
That kind of works.
If we paint it all gold, because I don't like that color.
Yeah.
No, we
I
can
don't like
go
that
paint the
color.
whole thing.
Especially if we're gonna do.
If
If we're gonna do this in color, then yeah, I don't like that in color.
We're looking for gold spray paint so we can spray paint our item.
What metallic gold paint and primer.
Do we want metallic or do we want like that?
It should be shiny.
Yeah, but
They're
we got
shiny.
matte then. Oh, I'm thinking matte. I was thinking.
My hand, I think this all looks good.
That is also true.
All right, metallic gold. Yeah.
You can just put it on the eyes or whatever. Now we gotta find something like, I don't know, what, like blood or something? Wait, we could go back to our old reliable, the sauce aisle.
Oh, good blood.
Chamoy? No more chamoy. We ran out of fake blood, so we're using sauces now.
Yes, we're gonna have to use a sweet and sour sauce.
We have to think on our feet, man. 48 hours and a lot of time.
So we're literally looking for any sauce that has a resemblance to the color of blood.
Also, I work here, so if we get kicked out for recording, it's gonna be kind of embarrassing.
This is basically.
So yeah, I'll explain it to the camera. So the idea here is that none of us are really good writers. But what we are good at is we're just good at coming up with ideas. So what we're doing is we're just going to act it out and just kind of see what happens, and hopefully we can get some ideas from that. So far it's worked pretty good. We have a pretty solid opening. We have a good solid going into the second act. And that's all good. So we're just going to try some new things. So we're going to do this little rehearsal because we're going to have zip ties for Austin. So we're going to have him in zip ties so we can just kind of see the idea of how it's going to feel and how the room's going to feel.
Look at your table of knives for life.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'm down here.
Or like
I do
you
the.
just tap your fingers along it.
Okay, so I'm down here. I do the praise the sun. Fall here.
And you just look at me for a little bit and just mess with your hair a little bit.
If you want to ruin
and then
it,
you just.
If you have the table of knives over here, you could like take his face and go, well, pale in comparison, just like push his face over and make him look at it.
It's like slap. I'm like, you have to do this, okay?
You could make. I was gonna say you could have him. This is gonna be gross. You could have him spit on, like you, and then like he's like when he's like, oh, and you're just like turn around. That's when.
And then you break out of it, and then you.
As years go by, as technology changes, as the world advances, it changed too.
Us children are still stumbling through the woods looking for that.
Suddenly.
Okay, now we're getting too far off.
Well, then here's the idea: is that I'm trying to build a character to where it's like the reason I want this, the reason I need to find it, is because for some reason I believe that if you actually find it, then you're actually like this good holy person. I should just talk. I should just talk and see where that goes.
Talk.
See what
you
works,
could go with how did you find it last year? Where'd you find it last year?
Yeah, so just like theories and crazy stuff.
We're gonna have a smaller chair. It's fine. Actually,
there you go.
This is doing nothing to capture me.
No, this one. Record this. Let's go from top. Let's just make some stuff up. See.
Remember the jingle?
Yeah, I remember the jingle.
Action.
There you go. It's almost like you're destined for it. It's almost like you were made for it. That's amazing, isn't it? You know, just praise the sun. I have all the money in the world. The money isn't the problem. See, what I want out of it isn't the money. Come on. What I want out of it isn't the money.
Like you're singing a song and you come down and you said like, remember that? You can make it to where it's like, remember that song they sang us when we were all little kids?
Okay, I
like make it a song.
Also, remember
it's making like a jingle bells.
Remember
Yeah.
Sunday school.
It's like
maybe be like, remember that song they sang us in Sunday school?
Remember, at some point for pacing, when you're on the ground, you have to at least put your hands in your thing and then slap back.
Well, yeah, that's why I figured is I do that at the end because that leads into the tools.
Actually,
and then the
you
spin
could,
and back up.
Instead of like, remember how you went praise the sun and you continued, you could go praise the. You slap the sun and then you get up and that's whenever you go on. That's your transition point. And
That's
into
it.
your
Okay,
next
so then
part.
I transition
when you
into
get
the
up.
thing, and then I end it with slowly going down.
Get down, they turn.
You have to
spit
make
the
it.
face.
It has to break the scene up though. So you have to like lull the audience into like the monologue going on, and then out of nowhere just praise the sun.
Yeah,
and then go up.
Gets up. That's where he gets back down. Turns his face.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out how to break up the monotony of the monologues, and if he's just a normal guy, then why does he sound so cool when he's confident talking to the guy who's got him at knife point, basically? So if we make him a guy who is more of an Indiana Jones type, who should know, who's been hunting for these treasures, that kind of stuff, then it makes more sense.
Grass always looks greener.
It's an over-the-shoulder shot of him and me saying grass always looks greener. So like I'm responding after doing that.
Now that we changed this allows you to not just always look like you're dazed too. You can be more cocky with it. You know what I mean? Like that'll be better too.
I would say midway through this, we cut to the shot of me getting the zip tie undone, me putting my foot over it, and then when it cuts back up, it's an over-the-shoulder shot from Hayden's point of view. I was thinking of the shot being from like the back, like behind the chair, so you can see him fall on the ground. But if you do it from, how would you do that? Going from over the shoulder of you, seeing me rub them off, and then finally pop them and then fall.
So here,
so
my idea is that you go from this side of the shoulder.
This is you, right? So like this.
No, this
I'm
is you.
you.
This is you. This is you.
Okay, so you're behind my shoulder.
Yes. And
okay,
then I go down here to that, and then go back up to. The
yeah,
side,
that's what I was
switch.
thinking. But we just switched sides.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's the same shot I was thinking. Yeah.
Because that allows that not only does that, but also gives a different side.
And I think instead of just cutting back and forth, different shots of the dialogue happening, that would give a nice break to whoever's watching it, where they can see, okay, it popped. There's different shots in there. It breaks it up a little bit. Or we could add a little bit of, not like a comedy, but it's like a little break up in the monotony where you hear the muffled noises and he's just like scrolling through Tinder outside. It's just like an over the back shot of him just like scrolling through Tinder, and then it cuts back to you like yelling. Okay, we are probably 3/4 done with our script. We think this is the finished product. We don't know.
We're actually do rehearsal to figure out the lines.
How many hours are we in now?
What did we start? 7?
7-ish?
Yeah, so we're at
7
hours. 48.
Tonight's the important night. We actually get some sleep.
Yes.
Tomorrow?
What's the plan so far?
Tomorrow we have to wake up, get some breakfast, get fuel up. Then we shoot the first sequence, go in, figure out the choreography for the fights, figure out costumes, hopefully shoot the fight scene and the majority of the film tomorrow, get the script polished out. Then Saturday night and Sunday are going to be all editing and audio. Once that's done. Yeah.
Audio.
After that,
Hard work, baby.
nothing else we can do.
Hi. It is now. It's 7:33 a.m. It's not super early, but we just woke up, and now I'm doctoring up the script a little bit, just to make sure that everything's all in order. We're gonna go have breakfast, and then we're gonna finish up the script, go shoot.
We are waiting for Justice to try on his clothes, and then we're gonna go get to shooting. What is that?
This is his shirt so far. So we're kind of doing the opposite of what the other character has. The other character has a white shirt on, so he's going to do a black shirt. And then we're going to have to do some other sort of kind of identification so that he has a unique kind of look.
He's basically like the thug, the goon, but he's still well dressed because they're like a professional organization. The other guy's more flamboyant. Yeah, he's the muscle.
Gavin, kind of explain where we're at.
Here, and on filming domain, the set.
All right, so Gavin, why do we pick this room, and what are the benefits of this room?
Lighting! Good lighting. To establish a source of light, and then we can artificially create it if needed. It's a good neutral environment. We got a good open room.
That was too cheap. So what if while you're walking in, cameraman's behind you following your shoes and just like flicking it on the floor, like in your stride, and then as you're walking, he follows your shoes and then he eventually lets up and then you just keep walking back.
So from here, feet walk up to this. I stop, question, answer.
Yeah,
like this sort of thing. I'm
Go
not
home.
And then you push through, and then when you push through the tarp, that's when it cuts to behind the back.
to the.
I think it's stationary.
Just
Turn that one.
Back and forth.
Okay. Yeah, it's good.
so just everyone's wondering, we found this little
Because it wouldn't be in the camera
makeup
bag.
for like $5. And we can't use the glitter stuff as bad, but the flat stuff is pretty good. Quite good. And so now we can do bruises and stuff.
Awesome.
Also, we didn't have a brush, so I grabbed my shirt and just.
We are poor and resourceful, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, Austin, can you look for the camera for us real quick? Hey, what do you have in your nose, dude?
That's the red thing.
That's red food color. Basically, it's pure dye.
That's it.
You got rid of the sweet and sour sauce?
Oh, it's still there. It's just not prominent.
How do I see if does it just shoot like?
Don't do that. Put it on something and flick at it.
Okay, so we have the light, we have the microphone, we have camera and monitor, and we have Austin all sitting there. This is all from a behind the shoulder shot from me walking into it, and this is kind of the setup that we have so far. We're gonna see how it goes. First shot. Okay.
Towards you, you wouldn't want to just get up and leave yourself open, even if he is caught off guard. You'd want to like throw him off first and then get up.
Yeah, I think if we have an upshot here,
I really think that the tackle, because then you could just get him to the ground, and then that's
think of how much easier the choreography is gonna be if you start with a push and you get to the ground, and then we can immediately go to a ground.
Okay, how am I getting in the ground then? Explain how's that choreography?
Tackle
You
them.
don't have room to fucking push through and tackle. So what am I doing? Okay, hold on, stand there. Let me see.
Just here.
Walk in.
I'm gonna stand right behind you, and I want you to literally grab him and.
I'm picking him, turning. Walk in from there. Just like from the, not all the way outside, but just like coming
just from here.
Start, you're gonna have to undo your shirt whenever you're coming.
Just
we don't
pretend
have that.
roll
Yeah,
for
pretend like you're rolling for six. I
think that looks good.
Yeah, we just cut it creatively so you can't tell.
Your attitude changed.
No, that's actually a really good idea. You didn't say like pick up, you said tackle him, so I was saying like bull rush.
No. I meant,
there's not enough room for that.
No, I meant like.
And you could do the cut could be literally once you picked him up. That's plenty of time to have a cut to it.
And then you can do like a side angle where
oh my gosh, wait. Okay, we could do this like a one take and have the camera.
I don't like the idea of one take.
Where does the cut happen? So the one take starts
the cut happens
here.
The cut happens when he gets up.
Okay, so the supposed one take starts here.
It starts here.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
And then you'll be shooting.
We can.
So Austin lets me back. You start.
Okay, there. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you start. So you walk in. There's a camera here, and then you start to get up. Stop. Camera cuts to here. You take him. Push him, grab him.
Push me into the camera.
Push you into the
camera.
Push
a little bit first.
Into the camera.
A little bit.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Into the camera.
Like a little bit of a forward.
Like a little bit of a push.
And then when the hidden cut happens and it's back to there, he should still like fall back a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
Like, he shouldn't just be laying on the ground. He should still be like.
Well, yeah. I'll be like right above the ground.
Imagine it's like a harder shot, like a big budget, and the director's like, I really like that one. Let's do it again. We're just like,
you have to bring in more explosions.
Action. So here's what we're doing. We're getting towards the end of the day. It's around 5 o'clock right now. None of us have eaten. Some of us have some engagements that we need to meet. So what we're doing is we're trying to get some B-roll. We're gonna do the last final shot, and then tomorrow morning we're gonna get up and after figuring out what we need to do in the edit room, come back here, finish up the shooting, edit it, turn it in by 7. It's gonna be a jammed full day, but you know, we got a good idea and we want to do it, so that's where we're at right now.
Let's get it.
Oh my God, Jay.
Cut. Well, that's a wrap, boys.
Hey.
We're wrapped up. We're wrapped up.
Never learned.
So so we have everything else done. This is one without music, and that's just kind of sucky. We had one with music, but we just don't have the time to upload it. And so if they don't punish us for having bad internet speed, then we'll be done. But you know, we got a good idea, and we want to do it. So that's where we're at right now.
Now, was it that day of shooting that we didn't have any audio for?
Yeah.
That. Oh.
Okay. That's your name.
Gavin Coleman.
Austin Anderson.
Justice Adams. Hayden Endicott.
What went wrong?
Well,
everything.
We were doing really good on time management and everything, realistically. Not the best we could have done, but it was pretty good. But once we found out about the issue with the sound, how we had no sound from that entire Saturday of shooting, that demoralized all of us because we were like, oh my God, we have to ADR everything. So that was horrible.
A little bit of lack of experience came into play, and I don't think we really understood how short 48 hours was.
Ended up not using a lot of focus on other stuff for as long as we should have been.
It's such a fluke that our audio didn't work because it was literally just a faulty SD card. So it wasn't on anybody's fault. There was no way to know until we got back and put it in, and it just straight up would, man, God.
I think the thing that killed us was the internet speed. We can make one more change. What would that change be to the final product?
I'm a big believer that music makes a huge difference in films. It can make up for a lot of mistakes, and it can, really set the mood in certain situations. So if I could make one change before we clicked, send, it would definitely be the addition of music, but we just didn't have enough time, but I think it would have helped.
I would have put the aspect ratio over the film. We had an aspect ratio of 1/243, I think, and we had planned it and it looked pretty good, but we had to move some stuff around.
One of the things was we had to move a shot down. Well, we turned that off to do some color correction stuff. We forgot to turn it back on. So it's a full 16:9 video with just, for one cut, just a black bar over the top of it.
I wish we had done it sooner, first of all.
It would just be putting in that audio. I know we toyed with it a little bit towards the end, but we're running out of time.
Then, are you gonna do it again?
SATO?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I thought it was a lot of fun, and I thought it like really pushed us.
I consider it a successful weekend. I had fun shooting and had fun brainstorming and all that stuff.
Listen, champions are powered by good fuel. Mochi? Mochi, this is a sponsor.
We know what we did, we know what went wrong.
Bro. Talking about like, I think I have trench foot now. I was in the dead still.
All right, let's just...
How far are we done with filming?
Not even remotely close.
I think if we did it again, we'd rather be able to make a better product than what we did.
It's been a tough day of shooting, ladies and gentlemen. I'm covered in blood. I had to go into a gas station like this. Most of the props, Justin, yeah.
At this point, on his thing, it says Justice. In our interview, it says Justin. I've referred to him as both Justice and Justin during like these things.
Call him Jake.
Right now, Austin is
trying to apply construction caulk to our prop.
Look at him.
He's lost in thought. He is lost in thought. He's looking at Pokemon cards.
That's yeah.
Hey Austin, pick me up something nice. Austin laughed. Tell me again that it wasn't good enough.
This is great. This is all going on TV.
I hope so.
Wasn't that fun?
Oh, that was great. So harrowing. That poor team, they tried so hard and then everything just crumbled. But you know what? That is SATO 48.
They were late, yeah.
They were late, so they were not eligible for awards and prizes, but they did get a film made and they did get it turned in, and we want you to enjoy it. So please go to SATO48.com and click on the TV show tab. You're really going to have a great insight into criminal productions, soul searching. That's it for us this week. We hope you enjoyed the show.
Good night.
Good night.